And for 3 years, y'all been saying I'm kicked out the Navy, that there's an ongoing investigation. And the very paperwork that you brought forth has debunked that. You failed to comply with standard operating procedures. You just proved
Y'all don't know how bad I wanted to stab this nigga in his eyes.
You proved that you knew, based on the official communication that you stated, that that's why they were down there.
You didn't do it? Does any of this prove that you didn't do it?
Yes. I'm done talking to her. I'm done talking to her. For 3 whole years, you sat here and did not file an official anything against me, saying that I'm a sexual predator, denigrating me, talking down on my name. I'm not about to keep going forth with you in this pointless conversation. Yes. All of that.
That's what I said too. I wish I would have been, because I heard him say that. I think when I first jumped into their live, he's like, "You've been telling the same story for 3 years. So you admit my story has never changed. The same story. You've been telling the same story. Exactly. The same fucking story."
Shit. Consistently changing your story. Consistently adding things.
It ain't even been 2 years yet. Talking about 3 years. Ain't even been 2 years yet.
We just played the video of you saying, "ispeak never sexually assaulted me." What are you going to call it? Sexual assault. I am done with you goofies. You said that I would never face you. You asked me the very same question that you ask on your live almost every day. That's why I said you don't need to play no more recordings. All 3,000 of these people in here, they've seen the videos. And they know you're full of shit.
I'm not the only person who's accused him.
That's why they don't believe you. Because it's cap. And the point that I made earlier to Blaze is that there are real victims like myself. And then you try, and I didn't say this to you, but now, because it just came back up, you tried to discount my sexual assault. When I was 13 and 16, I bet he was never really sexually assaulted.
Now, anybody that's been following this story, I don't give a fuck what side you're on. Now, y'all know damn well I have never invalidated his SA story. Never. Matter of fact, it was just a couple of days ago when I said, I don't give a fuck about ispeak. But I do believe that he was SA'd as a child. It would explain why he is the way he is now. I ain't never said nothing happened to nobody. Because I would never do that. I don't give a fuck. I'm one of the only ones over here on this side that's publicly that has publicly defended Slim with this whole SA story. Cause we don't know, and I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to hurt nobody with that type of fucking trauma. So even him, I would never invalidate his fucking story. Because I'm pretty sure that is exactly why you are as deviant as you are today. No one protected you, so you became a fucking predator. I keep telling y'all, the predators in society are usually the prey that we failed to protect. In every fucking story we hear, it starts with what? Abuse in childhood. Because these people learned it from somewhere. And you just sat there and blatantly told that fucking lie on me. And people won't ever know, you know, the truth. They'll just go by what he said. Oh, she invalidated his SA story. I don't give a fuck if that's what y'all believe or not. But that's how easy it is to lie and create a fucking false narrative on this goddamn app. And y'all are the pioneers of this, right? Y'all are the ones that came on this app in 2020 and built the structure of black exploitation on this app. So y'all know how to do this shit better than anybody else on this fucking app. Then y'all got y'all minions because it's a whole conglomerate of y'all. It ain't just one group, two groups. It's a whole fucking massive conglomerate of little groups of fucking people that are here to exploit, especially the black community. That's their biggest cash cow. And y'all are the coons that helped them design this fucking system. And then a nigga like me came in and fucked up y'all operation. And that's why y'all are trying so hard to discredit me. And 2 years later, it doesn't fucking matter. I don't give a fuck how many people y'all got over there believing y'all bullshit. My story ain't gonna never fucking change. My truth ain't gonna never fucking change. So it don't matter how many times y'all try this fucking cycle of taking Palesa down, I'm still gonna be right here telling the fucking truth about you fucking roaches on this goddamn app.
You told El Rico, F his SA. You told him that.
Now that I did say. I absolutely told El Rico fuck his SA. Because El Rico sat his ass in a fucking live with a bunch of fucking victims heckling and going back and forth like these people weren't telling their stories of SA. We had a whole mother in the comment section giving the accounts of her daughter's unaliving, self-unaliving. And El Rico in there throwing in laughing emojis. And then tried to weaponize his SA against me. So I told that nigga, fuck your SA. You don't give a fuck about your SA, so neither do I. Never told him it didn't happen, though. Never told him it didn't happen, though. But I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how abused you were. I do not condone using your trauma to traumatize someone else. That's exactly how we create generational curses. You think just because you were hurt that you get to fucking disrespect people that ain't did nothing to you? Self-defense is one thing. Self-defense is one thing. That's what I've been doing with y'all. Because I didn't come after now one of y'all on this fucking app. Not a now. What y'all do is attack people. There's a difference. And when this shit happened to me in October, and I thought back to what Mo did to me in September, and I realized this is a very fucked up situation. Because I'm looking at all of these people on this app that want to be a part of something, right? They want to go to these protests. They want to be a part of change. And I said, I'd be damned if I don't say something. Because what if they got a young protester next time? What if it's an 18, 19-year-old, a 20-year-old that don't know how to get themselves out of this fucking situation? Can you imagine being 19, 20 years old and a nigga fucking run up in the bathroom on you and grab you by your neck talking about, do you need to be straightened out? Then chase you outside, jump on the fucking hood of the car, try to pull you out the fucking car. Can you imagine being a young girl in that situation? Let alone almost fucking 40. Right? I'm almost 40. That shit fucked me up. So can you imagine that happening to a 20-year-old girl, an 18-year-old girl, any child, anybody that is young, trying to be a part of these movements, meeting up with these TikTokers? I didn't want that to happen to another fucking person. So I knew I had to bring this story to TikTok. It really don't matter at any age, but my thought was, Pat, it's so many impressionable minds on this app. It's so many people, especially young people, trying to be a part of something, trying to create change. And they look up to these people. They idolize these people. Can you imagine these young kids being caught up at a fucking protest like this? Well, they think they're around adults. They are around adults that are there to protect them. And they end up in a situation like that. And if you did it to me, I promise you, you'll do it to somebody younger than me. If that's the way y'all hear me up at a protest, I have no doubt in my mind that you would do that to a younger person. So I knew it wasn't no way I couldn't bring this to the app. It happened with people on this fucking app. And this is what y'all have done. Pretended to be activists. Pretended to do what's for the betterment of the community. When all y'all are really doing is what? Meeting up to fucking have orgies and think everybody's supposed to be a part of that shit? You think everybody that meets up with y'all is supposed to motherfucking get naked and fuck around all fucking weekend? That's not me. I went there to fucking protest. I went there to actually fucking do something. Y'all went there that weekend to fucking party.
We ain't got time to keep playing with you. You said I would never face you. I told you to your face. You are a liar. And it never happened. Period. So run along, Goofy. I'm telling y'all right here, right now. Unless something new comes out, right hand to the ancestors, on all of my children, you goofies will never get another piece of burn from me. What's wrong? What's wrong? This? There's nothing else in here. And this is Doritos. You can get another snack after dinner, okay? All right? You want to sit here with Daddy? Yeah. Yes? Okay, all right. Unless something new comes out, I'm giving y'all my word. Right hand to the ancestors on all three of my kids. You goofies will get another piece of anything from me. Anything. I just told you to your face. I just told Blaze to his face. Y'all are liars. Blaze came up here with his whole bird chest and said that there's an open and ongoing investigation at Quantico. And you just said you can't even confirm that. Y'all not even together on your lies. You just made him look crazy. Especially considering you're trying to make yourself out to be some perpetual victim. Y'all ain't even got your story together. You just made him look crazy. You just threw Angie under the bus for committing a federal crime. And this goes to show y'all the lengths that people are willing to go to try and destroy you. And for 3 whole years, you tried to do this to me. Failed. You failed miserably. And I'm still loving on my kids.
Now, I can't speak for him, right? But I'd imagine that if I was falsely accused of something, especially something this heinous, right? I would remember exactly how long it's been. It hasn't even been 2 years yet, right? It hasn't even been 2 years yet, and you're already motherfucking saying it's 3. In 6 months, it'll be 4 years, right? It'll be 2 years in October of 2021. And you've been sitting up here hollering 3 years. 3 years, 3 years, 3 years, 3 years. No, that's how long you've been on here. That's how long motherfuckers have been. That's how long you've been creating havoc on this fucking app. You've been on here bullshitting for 3 years. You've been on here lying for 3 years. You've been on here scamming for 3 years. That's how long you've been doing this shit.
Still providing for them. Hello, somebody. Y'all said my re-enlistment was fake. Y'all said I've been kicked out the Navy. Y'all said I'm not going to my next command. Y'all just literally debunked each other. Shout out to my gifters. I appreciate y'all. And I'm glad y'all finally told the truth. Because I'm posting this whole live on my freaking YouTube for everybody that missed it. Thank you. Thank you. You failed to comply with standard operating procedures. They drove 3 hours to meet you. You knew. You flipping knew while they were there to talk to you. over the allegations that you had. You knew. And you sat there and you told that police officer who was there to escort you to those federal agents that you didn't know why you were there. You did know. That Special Agent Dwayne Young didn't identify himself to you properly. Dwayne Young, NCIS. Y'all, I met him.
Listen,
I
y'all.
met him. When I went to NCIS to open this case because I was tired of her dragging my name on social media and failing to file something, the first person that I met with was Special Agent Dwayne Young. And when he finally...
Now, mind you, now, he's already admitted that he went to NCIS on June 13th because I called NCIS on June 10th. They opened my case on June 13th. That's what that paperwork say. June 13th. June 13th. So that means 3 days. Matter of fact, no. I think that was, no. If I'm not mistaken. Was that the day? Either way, because I do believe it was the 10th. I don't know why. I don't know who I talked to on the 13th. I think that's when they told me who Dwayne Young was on the 13th when I called the office and told them that I was trying to figure out who had called me over the weekend. But anyway, June 10th is when I contacted NCIS. June 10th is when I contacted NCIS. He's already said he contacted NCIS on June 13th. So that means that before any of all of this other bullshit, you talked to Dwayne Young right after or right before he contacted me. Because he just said, listen to what he said. He said, when I first contacted NCIS, this is the first person that I got in contact with, Agent Young. So that means you first got in contact with Agent Young on June 13th. Three days after I made my initial phone call. That don't sound suspicious to y'all? Now, this was my caseworker. Now, mind you, they went on to tell me that this was my caseworker way later. If y'all remember the phone call that pulled my finger when she called, and they told her your friend's case is being handled by who? Dwayne Young. So at this point, you had already met Dwayne Young. At this point, you had already met Dwayne Young. When they told Marilyn that my case was being handled by Dwayne Young, that means you had already met him. You just said it. I'm going to play it back.
Young, NCIS. Y'all, I met him. When I went to NCIS to open this case because I was tired of her dragging my name on social media and failing to file something, the first person that I met with was Special Agent Dwayne Young. And
so you mean to tell me you met my caseworker to file a case against me? You met the agent that was handling my case to turn around and file a case against me with the same agent? Listen to what he's saying, y'all. Really listen to what he's saying. Back that up just a little bit more.
Dwayne Young, NCIS. Y'all, I met him. When I went to NCIS to open this case because I was tired of her dragging my name on social media and failing to file something, the first person that I met with was Special Agent Dwayne Young. And when he finally acknowledged himself to me, when we went back in the interview office, hey, I would like to.
He said he opened up his case June 13th. That's when he said he first contacted NCIS. Well, I ain't gonna say he opened up his case June 13th, but he said himself that the first time he contacted NCIS, and it's in his FOIA report. Remember, he read it off his FOIA report. He contacted them on June 13th. Ironically, that's the same date that's on the fucking barment letter, right? That's the same date that's on the barment letter. That's the day that they said I threatened to come to NCIS. That's the day that they said I threatened. That's the day they said I threatened NCIS on June 13th. June 13th. That's the same day that ispeak said he first contacted NCIS. Now he is just now telling us the first person he talked to at NCIS is Dwayne Young. So if the first person he talked to is Dwayne Young, that means he talked to Dwayne Young on June 13th. 3 days after I contacted them. That's the thing. Dwayne Young is the supervisor. He is the fucking boss there. That's the thing. Dwayne Young is the supervisor of Honolulu NCIS.
Formally introduce myself. My name is Special Agent Dwayne Young. I said, well, wait a minute. That name sounds familiar. I said, did you not have a phone call with Mrs. Alicia Wilson? He goes, yeah, how did you know that? I said, because she recorded you and put you on TikTok. You want he recused himself from the case because that recording became evidence. Hello. I met the man.
So you mean to tell me you told him that like he didn't know, right? But y'all hear him in the audio hang up the phone on me when I ask him, are you ispeak's friend? He said no. I said, okay, because you're being recorded. You're on TikTok. You can hear City Cat in the back say on live. So he knew when he hung up that phone, he was being recorded. So why would that have been news to him? That's why he hung up.
He did acknowledge himself to you. He did identify.
Right, that too. Now, you said when you first contacted NCIS, you didn't have nothing but a TikTok handle and a phone number. A TikTok handle and a phone number. That's what you said. You said when you first went to NCIS, you didn't have nothing but a TikTok handle and a phone number. Now all of a sudden, you told him my whole name?
Himself to you. They didn't do what you wanted them to do. And they were tired of you. That's not hard to conceptualize. You called NCIS in Virginia. You called NCIS in California. You called NCIS in Hawaii.
Yes, he's also confirming that he contacted NCIS after me. After me. After me.
And who knows where else you called in the United States. They were tired of you. The reason why it took so long, and I said this before, for me to get my Freedom of Information Act report paperwork is because they had to talk to every single office and make sure everybody got their inputs from you calling them. And still, for 3 years, failing to file. And the very email that you showed from your congressman.
I already did that, baby. I did that, Queen.
Right? Which was never a congressional investigation. Because the very paperwork that you showed stated that NCIS communicated with that congressman's office that you left. I read it right in front of you. Let's read it.